Welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to see four functions: if error, countif, and sumif. The applications of this function is to do the logical test and to do mathematical operation. We'll move to our data set. Now this is our data set. It consists of the companies and the idea presented by them to the investors and investors who have invested in these companies. So A and B column represents the company and the idea. From C to I column, it represents the number of investors, and the data, as you can see here, is either Y or N. In the K column, you can see the total investment value which is invested by these investors. L column represents the equity percentage and M column represents the debt. Now our first step in this whole data set is to find out the number of investors who have invested in any particular company. So that can be done using our first function, which is the COUNTIF function. So I'll start by writing this function. Now as we can see that the first part is the range. Range in this case is C7 to I7. Then the second part is the criteria. In our case, the criteria is Y. So in double quotations, I'll write Y and then close the bracket and press enter. Now we can see that this function has given us the count of investors who have invested in this particular company. Now we need this data in our entire data range. So I will copy this and then go towards the end of this data range by pressing Ctrl and down arrow. Now this data is present in J column, so I will press Ctrl, Shift and up arrow. After that, I will just press Ctrl V. Now as you can see that I have just copy pasted this formula in this entire range. This is one way of doing. We can do it in many other ways. So we have got our data which we required. Now the next part is to find out investment done by these investors individually. Now for that we have to assume that every individual investor have done equal share of investment as that of their counterpart. I will just divide the total investment value by the count of investor who have invested. So as we can see that since both these columns had number, there was no such error. But if I just drag this formula, you can see the div error here. So to avoid this, I am going to use if error formula. I'll delete this. I'll write if error. The first part is the value, which means that the division operations which we have done. The second part is the value if error. So we have seen that there was error thrown at some of these ranges. To avoid that, what will be the value that we want to see? So I am writing 0. So now if I drag this, the value which I want to see in case if there is error is 0. So same is presented here. So I have shown you one way to just copy the formula. Now second way to drag this formula towards the end is just double click this. Okay. So what if we have to find out the total investment done by individual investors in all of these companies? So for that we will go to our next function, which is SUMIF function. So I'll start by writing that. So range in our case is the first range, since this is the first investor. So in this case, I'll just fix the rows. I'll explain you the reason why I did that. Second is the criteria. I've already mentioned the criteria here. So I'll fix this value. And then comes the sum range. So as we have just found out the investment per person here, I will be taking this as my sum range and fixing this. I'm pressing the enter key. Yeah. So as we can see that the investment done by the first investor is 286 lakhs or 28.6 million. So we have to see the result for the other investor as well. What I'm going to do is I will select the right part of this and press Ctrl R. So this is one shortcut to just drag the formula towards the right or copy the formula towards the right. And the total investment, if we need to find out, we'll just do the sum. And this comes as 2348. If I have to just do the same thing over here to cross verify, so I've done the sum. The number is same. Okay. This table gives us the total investment value done by individual investor. Now, if we need the data at the line item level, basic logic here is, I'll just explain the logic here. If this cell is Y, then the investment value which we need here is the output result in the N column. N column represents the investment value per person, which we have previously calculated. So if this cell is Y, this value should be available here. If the next cell is N, it should be 0 here. So how it can be done? We'll just start by writing the if function for this. If my logical test, as I explained, this cell is equal to Y, then N7, which is the individual investment, and then the third part, if it is false, then it should be 0. I'm closing the brackets and pressing enter. So we are going to fix the N column here and not the row number, as we need to copy the formula for the other line items. So I'm pressing enter now, then selecting again towards the right and pressing Ctrl R. Now as we can see that the data is available for S4 and S5. I'll select this and double click here. I will hide this for comparison part. Now if we can compare the top line here, which is 286, here also it is 286, 386.9167. So same result we have observed here. I've just used the subtotal formula here, and so we can just see that there are two ways to get the total value. The first is by using the sum if we just need the total value investment done by the investors, and the second is getting the results at the line item level and then finding out the total investment. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe my channel and press the like button. Thank you.